Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, it's morning already. Back out one in my stream here. Okay. Good morning. This is Mary at the.meri.atelier, and this is Tuesday morning, May 28th. May 28th. The month is about over with. Mark Murr, good morning. What are you doing up so early? Well, you probably worked last night, huh? Good morning, Mark. You're the early bird this morning. We wake up YouTube. So what am I going to do this morning? Well, I'm going to do several things. I did the Father's Day tie card yesterday. I'm really happy with how this turned out. It's going to go in my art journal. And I have some other things I want to put in my art journal. I did this. I'm not sure you can see. Yeah, you can see kind of. And I think that ink is dry in there. It's not moving around anymore. This is one of my transparent pages for my transparent art journal. And last night, Becky and Tanya, their paint party. And I did these are going to go for the doodle prompt cards. I made them 8.5 by 5.5. So I got 5 of them done. Well, 10, if I did both sides. So I'm happy with how those turned out. What else do I have here? I have some things I want to put in my art journal. Hi, Mitzi. Good morning. I guess I need to turn on my stream here. Oh, I got an ad. Ooh. Yes, it's storming here. It's storming. Did you hear the thunder? Thank you, Mitzi. I thought it was just going to quit raining, but it's starting up. This was made from a silk tie. And I might start my silk tie art journal today. Because I started by moving the little tie tags down. And by the little tie tags, I mean these things. These are inside of the tie where they put that bottom loop in there. But I might cut my tags for each one and just go at this kind of slow. But I was out on my I was out on the front porch yesterday, and I was thinking how I wanted to do this for Father's Day. And of course, that got me to thinking about my father and gearing this toward him. So I need to get started on that. I might just start making the tags. But what I really want to do is put some things, and I want to paint on this. Yeah, that was loud. That was louder than the trains that go through. We have so much rain here. The ground is just saturated. They've got flood warnings out along all the small creeks and the rivers, and we're not affected by it here. Some of the people in the south part of town may get flooded, but we're not affected by it. But boy, I'll tell you, it has been raining. Here's my other transparent page here. I'm really happy by how my transparent pages are turning out. What did I do with that other one? Where did I put it? Way down here. Yeah, I think I'll put it this way in the book, in the journal. Oh, it's still wet. It's still juicy in there. I can see those air pockets. Some of it's dry up here. This part down here is still juicy. So we'll see how long it takes for that to dry out. I think it'll eventually dry. This is ink in between two report covers. We're just going to, I'm keeping them in the back of my journal here until I get a cover or something made or something to put those between. Okay, so what did I want to do here? I'm thinking. I want to put my card in here. Let's see, let's go to, I'm just playing around in my art journal again this morning. These will really, this is where I'm keeping, this will float between journals because that's where I'm keeping these stencils that I use a lot. So I'm going to put that back here too. These are kind of floater things. That I want this to go in here. And this I did in one of Tanya's making texture plates out of junk mail. Should that float? That should probably float too. Let's put it back with the floaters. Calling those pages floaters. I want to put my card in here. And okay. I was thinking when I have several pages left in this art journal that I'm not going to get to in June because June the 1st starts on Saturday. So I was thinking I would just glue book, do some glue booking. So I might start out by doing that this morning. I'm just kind of trying to figure out where I'm going with this. I have this calendar of flowers, and I might just put some of these in here because this was a flower theme. Where are you guys? When I cover you up? Good morning to everybody who's watching, and Mitzi and Mark are in here chatting with me, or trying to chat with me. Mary's organizing her art journal here. Let's see, I did this in Death Schuler's Bingo Pick 8. I really enjoyed that Bingo Pick 8. So we still have a doodle game to do on Friday. So I might save that. That's on this. We'll see. I'm dropping things. Yes. Dropping things. Let's see. I wanted to show my knitting progress, but that's in the other room. I made all these things that I remember about my father for that silk tie journal. That's not where I'm going right now. I want to do some glue booking. Let's pull some of this stuff out. Ooh, roses. Let's just start. These flowers are really something. I think I got more than one of these flower calendars. I just need to use this stuff up. It's use it or lose it. Use it or lose it time. And this is a 2018 calendar. I might save the smaller ones. I don't know. We'll see. Ooh, sunflowers. Use it or lose it time. Yes, it is. Roses. Huge flowers. In December. I'm going to save these smaller ones. So I'll save the cover too. All right. So I'm just going to do some glue booking here. guys get covered up. You can breathe now. It's awfully, ooh, that would look nice on this side. It has been so rainy here. I think I'm going to put it right like that and then trim the edges after I get it glued in. It has been so rainy here. Our garden's flooded. My flowers are popping out like crazy. My zinnias, oh, they're doing so good. So I'm really happy about that. But I don't know. We've certainly got the rain this year. It's a blessing and a curse. Because Nebraska has been flooded. Poor farmers, some of them have lost a lot. Some of them have really lost a lot. Let's see. I'll clean my brush here. My glue brush. So I'm just up and doing art this morning. I do have a couple projects I want to do other than this. But if I don't get this journal done, it'll sit there with empty pages. And what I've been doing in my other journals during the year or last year, if I have blank pages, I was just filling them up with glue booking. And I figure there's no better way to use this calendar than to just put pretty pictures in it. Put them in my journal. This would probably work for a Pick 10 too, but I just want to use it. I just want to use it and use it. Use it or lose it. There we go. And of course, it'll get a little wrinkly. It always does with wet glue, but that's okay. I don't mind that. Now let's flip the page over here and grab my scissors. I don't know what happened to my metal ruler I was using it yesterday. I've got to take some time and straighten up in here. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. We had a week of planting flowers and yard work, and it's been raining so much that we're going to have to mow again by the end of the week. But after today, they're forecasting sunshine and 20% rain. When you're 50 or 60% rain in the forecast, you can pretty well count that it's going to rain. But when it's like 20 or 10%, sometimes you don't think of it. Ooh, I like that. All right, we'll go with that. The smaller ones may fit into the monthly little journal. Yes, that is true, Mitzi. I'm going to save those smaller ones, maybe for those mini journals. That's a good idea. Hi, Barb. Good morning. Do you have to work today, Barb? Barb, I keep thinking about you. You are at the top of my list. You and Azure and Cheryl. I'll get that stuff mailed to you one of these days. let's see. I think I'll skip this page for something else. And let's blue book some. I'm just going to use up these flower pages that I have here because they're just these big flower pages. Use it or lose it. Ooh, that's pretty. That would have actually looked good next to this in a way. What else do I have? I don't want to. Let's just use it right here. Well, actually, I found that if my shopping bags, I've been putting shopping bags in here, and I find that in the back of the wallpaper, if they're glossy, my ink tends to smear. My ink will tend to smear. I might leave this one. The markers, the doodle markers will do okay because they're markers, but the ink pens and that, if I write, will tend to smear. Let's see, how do I want this? I would really like that down in here. So I am just going to use up these calendar pages, just bore you to tears. Mary, I watched Mary paste calendar pages in her journal this morning. Hi, Beth. Good morning. There's Beth Schuler. And she's on my list to mail to, too. Mary's got a mail list that's a mountain high. Well, not quite a mountain high. I'm whittling it down. I'd like to get caught up on everything so I can join some of the swaps again. I just have overcommitted my mailing, and I just need to clear out my commitment so I cannot overcommit anymore. Let's put it this way. Actually, I could put it this way and just leave it there and bring this down on it. And it's okay if it's a little crooked. Where's my... There's what I'm looking for. So Beth, are you doing a live stream tonight? Beth is working on these wonderful little kitty tags. They're so cute. Barb is back with coffee. Do you work this morning, Barb? I know you started work back again. I think she works with her nephew, runs a fishing business, not a fishing business, but is it a touristy business type thing? I can't remember what it is, Barb, exactly. But I know you help him out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all this out. I don't mind too many of them. You're babysitting today. Okay. Well, that's important too. We need people that are good influences on our youth. It takes a village. Now, actually, these can be used as different things in here. Yes. Can get this cut straight. Kind of hard to cut this without turning this journal. I just don't have the room to turn it. It's getting big and bulky. And boy, I didn't get any. I was going to do some acrylic painting, finish up my acrylic April in May. Ha! I haven't even touched it. Haven't even touched my acrylic canvases. There's just so much to do in this world. Now that's good enough for. And these will, when they dry, they'll kind of even out a little. And let's see. I'm going to leave that. It's pretty. I'm going to put something in here. What's next? Roses? Ooh, that's an awful lot. I have to figure, ooh, that's pretty. That would be nice there. We'll save that one out. Ooh, I like this one. That'll go good there. I'm using up this calendar. This is a 2018 calendar. I want to use it up. I want to use it up, get it out of my world and into my art journal. Actually, I think I will put it this way. Out of my world and into my art journal. And then this way I'll have my May journal pretty well filled up. I should probably take this waxy paper over. And I find if you do a little bit of journaling every day, just a little, even if it's a half page or a scribble on a page, before you know it, you've got an entire art journal. I don't know why. I don't know why. I never can put things on straight, ever. And I got this crooked bent here. Where's my card now? He's only 2. Definitely feels like we need a village some days. Big and bulk and beautiful, yeah. Well, this calendar's been sitting around, and I think what I was intending in 2018 was to put those calendar pages in my journal, like I have been doing in my monthly journals. But of course, I never got it done. So it sat there. So I'm just saying, no more. Let's use it. Now, I've seen some people, and I might do that with some of my other calendars. When they take their calendars apart, I've seen them take one page and face the 2 pages together. So they make a kind of like a thing like that. Either with a, this is kind of a 12 by 12 calendar, but it with smaller calendars, or this could even fold in half. That would be kind of pretty. I'm putting mine in my art journal. I might go in and put some images on top of these. I don't know, though. This has got a flower theme, so I might just leave it. This paper's awfully thin, and my page that I'm gluing it to is awfully thin, so there'll be some wrinkles with wet glue. You just can't get them all out. Let's go ahead and cut this. I'm laughing because it's not easy to get to cut. Come on, bend here. It really needs some images. Well, maybe not, though. I keep saying it does, and then I think it doesn't. So when I have empty pages, that's pretty. At the end of my journals, I just glue book them. Just glue book them. That one fit in there pretty nice. We're going to leave that for now. But this goes with that, which kind of goes with that. This maybe needs some pink or something on it. I don't know. We're going to leave it for now. And then I got into stapling in some of my older art here. And I've got this like this. Let's see if I can. Look at these roses. Red roses. We're going to put them behind. Maybe like this. I'm going to cut it before now here's where I could use my ruler, and I don't know what I did with it. What happened to my ruler? It's probably here someplace. I usually try to put my things away. Here it is. Yay! I did put it away. It just slid behind. If I put it back in a specific spot, then I can find it. It doesn't have to be perfect here. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Just a little perfect. Oops. Let's see what you guys are saying to me. Beautiful pink roses. Small journal covers too. Yes. We could sketch the 12 flowers as a challenge. Well, there you go. That's an idea, Beth. Or doodle them. Yes, that is an idea. Beth, are you streaming tonight? I know I asked you, but I didn't catch your answer. You going to work on your kitty cat tags? I want to try to get to more of your streams. I've been really... I think I'll make a double page here. How about that? What's on the other side of this? See, I've got pages that need to be filled. I've got a wallpaper page here. That will work. Yes. 7 Eastern. Okay. Okie dokie. Good morning to everybody who's watching. I am just doing some glue booking here this morning in my art journal. Don't know if I can tear it this way or not, but we're going to try it. We're going to try it. Yes, I can. There. Oh, that's pretty. So we'll put this in here and this in here. And this page is thin, and I'm using wet glue, so it is getting a little wrinkly, but I really don't mind too much. I think when the pages dry out a little, that'll help, and the weight of the book will help. It won't get rid of the wrinkles, but it'll flatten them out a little. I've noticed that in some of my art journals. The wrinkles are still there if you got wet glue, but with the weight of the book, it kind of flattens them out a little. So they're kind of like a textured. You just can't avoid it with these thinner papers when you use wet glue. And I'm just doing this to fill up my art journal. Just fill up some of these paper pages. And this really is a flip page, so that goes like that. It's one of my old art pages. And then it's all wrinkly there. It's just that wet. The wet of it just makes it, no matter how much I try to flatten it, it just wrinkles it. I'm not going to worry about it. This is really the last one. I don't want to sit and do this all morning. I'll use up the others maybe off camera or something. Where's it? Well, I put it on the floor someplace. Where did it go? Yeah. Where'd the thing go to? Now it fell underneath the cart there. Let me tell you, some mornings, some mornings. All right. Now I was just gluing half of the page and then putting my picture in and gluing the other half. But I find when I do that, I tend to move that page like that. And then when I put it back, I can see the crease right down the center. So I just decided to glue the whole page at once, and where it falls, it falls. Again, this is an art journal. This is not a, what do you want to say? It's just an art journal. Let's see, I think I'm done with my brush. Let's do it this way again. And just There we go. That will be it for today for the flowers. I've got more, but I don't want to sit here and do these all morning. So, let's see. I wanted to put my card in here someplace. Oh, you know, it'd look good on this black page. Where's my black page? See, this is getting filled. It gets filled pretty fast if you work on it every day. Of course, now I put Happy Mail in here, and I put glue booking, but that's what an art journal is about. Here's the list of transparent items. I'm looking for that black page that I did. It's here somewhere. Let's carve that stamp. I don't know if I want to do that this morning, though. Where's my black page? Here it is. This will look good in here. Maybe as a... Let's do this for right now, and then I'll get a different one when... I'll get a different one later. Let's just kind of put it right like that. Yeah, that works for me. Let's see how it is affecting this. I think it'll be okay. Get my tassels out of it here. It kind of... We'll do it like that. Okay. Yeah, that works for me. Yeah, and I think these are going to go in a... These are going to be for my doodle prompts. We're going to put those aside. And put my ruler back. I covered you guys up again. Oh. It's not wanting to go straight in here. There we go. All right. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Live stream. Hi, Ruby. Good morning, Anne. Good morning, ladies. Ruby and Anne. And is Kimberly in here? Deborah. Oh, a good early morning, Deborah. Kimberly. Nitzy. Oh, Mrs. D, Do-It-Yourself DTV. Deborah. Good morning, Mrs. D. Welcome, welcome. Anne's in the house. Here too. Oops, am I streaming there? There she is. Mrs. D says it's 3 a.m. here in Seattle. I'm going to watch till I fall asleep. Sleepless in Seattle. Well, that you just go ahead and do that, Mrs. D. I know you West Coast people are a couple hours behind. Sometimes Lynn comes in here, and she watches until she gets tired, and then she falls asleep. But she has to chauffeur kids and everything too, so that doesn't bother me at all. Thanks for peeking in and introducing yourself. Mary, if you smooth the glue out with your card before you put the paper down, it will help. Okay, Beth. I'll try to remember that. Kimmy's in the house. Check that load out. Good morning, Mary, Kimberly says. Okay, we're back up to you. Crafty Mamas. Hi, Shelly. Good morning, Shelly. Shelly Lynn. Good morning. You're up early. You're over in Hawaii, aren't you? Are you over in Hawaii? I don't know why I think you're in Hawaii. Why do I think you're in Hawaii? It's midnight there. Where are you at? It's 12 o'clock. You're not asleep yet. Well, you and Mrs. D are the late ones. Mrs. D, my brother's in Seattle, just out. Oh, you are in Hawaii, so I got you right. Well, let's put this journal. I was just trying to fill up some of my journals by glue book. You see, this wraparound is just going to be perfect by the time I get this filled up. Look how thick this is. There's Beth's ribbon. I put it in here so that, let's go back to where it's at. I put it in with a bobby pin. And there it is. And her ATC, which says, Mary, you have to mail to Beth. All righty. Let's show you, since some of you are going to fall asleep on me, I'll show you what I'm going to do for my transparent journal. Let me put this glue. I like to do a transparent journal page now in my early morning streams. It's kind of fun to do those. So let me show you what I'm thinking. Yesterday, when the sun was still shining, our peonies are blooming. They finally popped out. And this is a peony that I dried in the microwave. And if you do it carefully, I think this, you have to check it. You put it in for like 3 minutes, but you check it like every 45 seconds or like that. For the thicker ones, you use a longer time. And peonies are big, fluffy flowers. But what you do is you take a paper plate and you lay it down on the paper plate. I don't want to use one. You lay it down on the paper plate and then you weight it down. You put a paper towel over it and you weight it down. And I have this kind of like a ceramic tile that I use for my coffee cup out in the kitchen. And I weighted it down with that. And then I put 2 glass bread pans on it, the glass ones. And that put a lot of weight on it. And then you microwave it. And if you do it carefully, they'll come out really, really nice. This is the bottom side of it, which I kind of like. And this is the top side. So now here is a white peony. And as you can see, I left it in too long and it scorched it. So let's move this aside here. I was going to try to see if I could put some white ink on this and bring back out the color a little. So I'm going to try that right now. I scorched it. And just rub out some of this. And I've got a brush here. Will it fit in my bottle? Yes, it will. I mean, there's nothing saying that you can't do this if you've scorched it. And it was really pretty. And I said, let me try it one more time. And that one more time just was the clincher. I mean, these are dry. It's been microwaved. Now I'm adding some wet to it with the ink. And it smells like a flower. It smells like a flower. Let's see if I can dry it with my heat gun. Heat gun. I don't think so, Beth. They're dried. I don't think they'll mold. If there was moisture in them, they would mold. But I don't think that they will mold. They're dry. I learned this from the Frugal Crafter, from Lindsay at the Frugal Crafter. Now, she did not use the big, thick ones. See, this is scorched on the bottom, too. I'm not going to do anything with the bottom. Now, what I learned, though, was this is an iris. This is an iris. And I put it down on the plate, and I put my I put my paper towel over it and weighted it down, but it's that iris petal is so thin and delicate, it just molded itself to the paper plate. So I'm going to actually think I'm going to cut this out because I want it to be. Now, this part here is good. I mean, I could lift this part, but all these thin petals will actually, they're glued on there. There's no way that that's coming up. Let's just tear this off. So, and here's, not to bore you, here's some leaves. These are dry. This is a quick way to get a dried plant. And then here's one where I tried to peel up the iris. And I eventually got, I think I put this one on waxed paper, thinking that if I put it on waxed paper, it'd come up. No, it just melted right into the wax. So, but I was thinking, look at it, brings the color off. Look at the color that came off of that leaf. So I'll probably throw this away. This is kind of a fail. That's where I learned not to pull the iris up. But zinnias will do good. Any of your smaller flat, your flat ones will do good. Anything that's real delicate, like an iris or a daylily or something like that, I don't think will, well, you can do something like this. And I was thinking, oh, I'll use wax paper. But it just, the wax paper just melted it to the wax paper. That's all it did. Parchment paper. I think well, you could try parchment paper. It might work. I don't know. I haven't tried it. But if parchment paper has any type of a waxy surface on it, I can tell you that wax is going to act as a glue. I'm not sure what makes parchment paper sticky or slick like that. And see, here's some of the color. What I really like about the irises is they have that beautiful color in there. That's a natural color. Now, these might work good if you have a lot of iris. You know, iris don't stay around too long. They're kind of like the daffodils. They bloom and then they're done. But if you have a lot of them, we don't have that many. We have more than we did last year. But if you have a lot of them, you could probably do some echo dyeing with them. I'll bet you could do some beautiful echo dyeing with irises. What we're going to have more of than anything this year is zinnia. The zinnias are coming up all over the place. Yeah, look up the Frugal Crafter. And she did it, was it last year or the year before her video come out? Look up dried flowers in the micro. It's a thing. I mean, there are other people who've done this too. This is nothing that, this is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And of course, you have to kind of wait till you get the flowers. But with the iris and I missed the daffodils. I didn't think about doing it when we had daffodils. But I learned this from Lindsay at the Frugal Crafter. I was watching one of her videos. And she'll probably give you more hints than I have. And it takes some trials. You have to find out what flowers you have that work the best. We're going to have more zinnias than anything. If it'll quit raining, and I would imagine, I don't know, you could probably do this with some herbs too. If you have like dill and what else is, rosemary might work. You know, herbs will grow back. Basil leaves might work. They'll grow back. Herbs will, if you cut them down, they'll. Basil will reseed itself. It's kind of pretty in its own way. The back's not so pretty, but oh well. Yeah, you have to kind of experiment. Do not use wax paper. I'll tell you that right now. That was a fail. That was a big fail. Use your paper plates and your weight it down with whatever you have that can go in the microwave. You weight it down in the microwave, and you have to use, like I used those glass bread pans, added some weight. I don't think you can put a metal pan in the microwave. That might be a bit of a disaster. There we go. Now that is an iris. Now this feels like it could dry out a little bit more. The bulky part of this feels like it could dry a little bit more. So I'm going to leave it out. I'm not going to use it today. Let's get rid of this. And let's get rid of this. I don't like all my little scrappies sitting on my table. They irritate me. Now, see, here's some leaves. And the leaves work real nice. So I think what I'll use is maybe this white one or the red one. I'd like to use this, but I think this has to dry a little bit more before I can use it. Let's see, once you get it on a page, or, you know, this would look really pretty as put a head on there and as a fairy or a lady dancing or something. This part here kind of bothers me, but it's an iris. It's an iris, and, you know, you could do something like this. You know, put the leaves on it, which is what I'm going to do with this other. And I think I'm going to reach over here and let me reach for it. Now, when I do this iris, though, when I do the iris, I could actually, let me get the pin out of it. Come on. Is that stapled in there? No. There you go. You could actually do something like this. Now, put it down on your transparency and put that over it, or maybe do that on the back, put that there, and put your transparency, put that on the transparency. Then this would cover up that white. That's might be what I'll do. I'm going to let it dry today, though. I'm going to let it dry out a little bit more. These are dry. These are dry thoroughly, I can tell. So let's get out. I'm looking for this sheet. And I'm just going to staple it so it will still have air. It will still have air, but it will be, and this is going to be another quick one. Well, I don't know if I can staple the, let's see what happens here. I'll have to kind of, this acetate will pick up anything that's down here. I guess I'll just let it. And I'm going to fold it in half again. Now let's get this stuff out of my way. This out of my way. Okay, I'm done with my ink. Alrighty, I'm done with my brush. Scissors, and I covered you guys up again. So I think what I'm going to do is just put a little piece of tape just a tiny piece, just to tack it down. I think. I'm hoping. I don't know. I've never done that. Yeah, it's not going to... Of course, I got a thread in there. Yeah, it's holding on to it too. Arrgh. Yeah. No. I guess I'll put a dab of glue on it. I don't like to use glue. Let's use glossy accents. Let's use glossy accent. I just need enough to tack it down. Here. Yeah. And I'm just going to put this in and hope that it works. I'll weight this down with the ink bottles. It wants to move. It wants to move. I don't want you to move yet. Put that one there. Yes, 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 yes. That's just water. That crease was not a good thing to do. I should have just left it uncreased until... Where's my white one? Let's put the white one in here first. Put that over it. I'm not sure where. I want to put it up there. I'm not sure that glossy accent is going to hold it. It seems to be moving. And you can see how dry this is. The petals want to... You slapped my glossy accent, Mary. Okay. Let's put this right like so. And then let's put a leaf. I don't know if I'll use all these leaves. You don't have to use everything just because you have them. And I'll have to let this dry. I can tell you right now that until this dries, it's going to shuffle around. I'm going to leave it like that. Acetate's picking up stuff. And then I'm just going to fold it over like this, I think. Now it won't close when I want it to close. Stubborn thing. And of course, I got it down too far. We can move it up a little. Let's move our flowers up a little. Come on. Yeah. put it like that and get those off of there. Now I'm just going to take my stapler and get rid of all of these that have kind of shuffled themselves off. I don't know how this is going to work. This is the first time I've done this. I might have to break that leaf off a little. Where's my stapler? I'm just going to staple this closed. Boy, it wants to cling on to it. Let's put some staples in this. See, and I'm thinking it'll get enough air in there to keep it. I don't know. We will see. If it doesn't work, I'll throw it out. You know, always experiment. I'm going to break this off. I'm not sure I like it, but it's an experiment. It's an experiment. That's all this is. Mary's playing in her studio this morning. Kind of pretty in its own way. Now, I've got a pretty leaf there, and I got a pretty leaf here. And I've got one here. These are dry. They're flat and they're dry, just as if you put them between book pages. I'm going to put them with that other iris. What do I want to do here? Oh, here's my larger leaf. I wonder if I can get this off enough to... Now we're going to play and see. I'm going to play and see. I'm going to cover up my staples, I think. I don't know why I always get this stuff crooked. It just bugs me to no end. I cannot put it down straight the first time. It doesn't work straight. Of course, this is stapled, so it's got some problems. Now, I think that it'll still get air in there because I put this tape on the outside. I did not put it around the edges. It still can open up a little if it needs to. It's an experiment. That's all it is. I'm just experimenting. And I think I'll just do that on the top and the bottom. Well, I got some staples on that other side. I'm just playing. What is that? Honestly, what is that in there? Is that glue? That's glue. It got on the inside somehow. I'm debating whether I want to do anything on the side here. I got those staples there. I think I will. I don't think it's that pretty. Maybe if I would have only put one flower in there. I might do this again with a different flower and only put one in there. I thought it would be pretty with two, but I'm not sure I like it. I'm going to leave it like that for now. Think about it a little. Think about it. Let's see what you guys are saying to me. Mary was experimenting. And of course, my needle's gone. My pen is gone. There it is. All right. Let's see what you guys are saying. I'm not sure that's a success. I mean, I like the idea, the concept, but I don't like that I put two flowers in there. I think I made it a little bulky, a little too much. You like it? Thank you, Beth. You like the two together? Hi, Susan. Good morning. Yes, it's the best way. Orris root, but it takes several days. Experimenting. Isn't that what it is? Art is. Hi, Ruth. Good morning. They kept their color. Well, they keep their color, but you have to be careful that you don't scorch them. I scorched this white one. I put it back in thinking that it needed to be dry just a bit more, and it scorched it. Now on the front here, I put some white ink on it this morning. So on the front, it's okay. I didn't want to try to put white ink in there. But this iris one, now let me get it back out here. And you don't want to use waxed paper. Go watch Lindsay's video. I'll try to find the link to it. The leaves came out nice. You know, and we have all sorts of little clovers and violets and all sorts of little flowers in our yard. But delicate, like, see, this just melted itself onto the paper plate. There's no way. The iris petal is so thin There's no way I could lift it up even if as it was dry. The bulky part here is still a little wet. I'm going to let it dry naturally. And the bulky part is will not attach itself. Well, it's still wet too, though. And I think the irises, because I can tell by the color left on the plates here. I'm going to throw this part away. This one just kind of was a fail. I'm going to throw it away. But the color, I think irises would make a beautiful echo dyeing. So if you're doing into any echo dyeing, some of you are, try to get your hands on some irises or maybe some daylilies. I don't know. The daylilies, I would think if the iris does that, maybe the daylilies will release some of their color. And that was just with the microwave. But this turned out fairly nice. I kind of like it. It'd kind of be pretty just to put it onto something like that or smash some ink down on a page and put it down. But I'm going to save these. I want to let this part dry out a little bit more naturally, and I'll do something with those later. I'll go put these under some books. Put it somewhere where I'm not going to smash it. I'll put it up here for now. All right, so that's my experiment for today. In a way, it's kind of pretty. I think I may be up close to it. I might be up too close to it. So dandelions, when you heat dandelions, let me tell you, they stink. And marigolds stink too. They have a weird odor to them. Dandelions will smell like almost like a burnt odor. I can't describe it. Mary, actually, the scorch look. You actually like that scorch look? You think it looks organic in there? I'm kind of off center here. There we go. And I do think I have enough because I stapled these and the washi tape is actually on the outside edge here. So I think the air can still get in there. So if there's any moisture in there, I think it'll still dry out. We'll see. We'll see. That's still a part of my experiment. I kind of like it. Might make a tag out of it. Might make a pretty tag. We'll see. We'll experiment more. Now, these are big. You have to remember, peonies are big, bushy flowers. They're poofy. And so they're almost too thick. And the lilies are so paper thin. I think flowers like your zinnia, your bachelor button, trying to think of some other flowers that might work. I don't know about snapdragon. They might work. I got some fuchsia buds out there on the porch. I might try some of those. Try to, you know, they're kind of, I think I could smash them down though. They're kind of round. They got that round bottom, and then they kind of have a. We might try some fuchsias. The leaves would look pretty. Just take one branch of a fuchsia and just put only it on something. All right. So that's that. And I got my painty papers. And I got my Father's Day card. And I glued in some big old calendar flowers here. I'm trying to think where I am at on things. All righty. So I think what I want to do next is I'm still working on bee postcards. I'm still working on bee postcards. And I think what I want to do actually on the back here is spray. The back of my postcard before I before I cut it apart. And I wanted the stencil in here too. But I'm going to spray the back first. I get things done. I'm getting things done in the mornings. It seems like the mornings are really good for me to get things done. I'm putting green on it. And this was with a permanent marker, so this will not be, it's not watercolor, so it should go through the mail fine. I'll have to flatten these out. It's been sitting upright. Ooh, let's spray it. Let's dry it, I mean. Let's dry it. Ooh. You get drunk on that alcohol just smelling it. It's a very light green yellow. That'll be nice to stamp on into write on. All righty, let's catch up with Chad a little. Hi, Susan. Hi, Ruby. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Beth. Rosemary. Rosemary, good morning. Rosemary, did you see where I was showing this where I thought those lilies would be, those iris would be good for echo dyeing? This is an iris plant here. And it really, and I just put it in the microwave here. It melted itself to my paper plate here. It's so thin. But it really drops the color in the microwave. And I don't know how it would work for echo dyeing. But I would think that it would get a lot of color off of it. It's a pretty blue. Good morning, Rosemary. It's not 9 degrees yet. Oh, yeah, it was really hot. It was really hot yesterday. Hot and sticky. I sat out on the front porch. It was kind of muggy. And then we got storms last night and still this morning. It rained. Well, I don't know if we got them last night. We got them this morning. So I've been playing with my flowers here. I don't know how that's going to work because with all the bendy stuff, it might bend some of these petals. We'll see. I don't like that one that can't get it out now. It broke off. I might try this with a different flower too. I still think if I only want to put one flower in there. It's kind of pretty in its own way. It broke off there. And of course it's stuck on there now. It won't move. It'll just be there. All right. So let's go back to my stencil here. I think I put it in my journal. I did. Someplace. I'm looking for, well, let's just put it up here. This is my my May journal. I didn't think it would grow that fat, but look how fat it's grown over the month. Look how fat it's grown. I'm looking though for I have some pages in here that I'm calling them floater pages. And one of them is did I not put that in here? I did. My stencils. Because I'll move this from journal to journal. And Let's close this back up. I want to stencil some blue honeycomb on this. I want to stencil some blue honeycomb. And I got it in here. I've got it right here. And I need some waxy paper. And a sponge. I need more space. Do any of you watch Rhonda without the H, Weinstead? Ronda Weinstead. She does beautiful fabric journals. And she does a lot of beautiful work with her fabrics, but she does a lot of mixed media. And she moved and redid her whole studio, and she did a studio tour yesterday. What am I thinking of that I was going to tell you about her? I guess that was it. All right, let's put the blue. That's metallic blue. We don't want metallic blue on there. I'm going to use this. Blue honeycomb. And this is craft paint, so I think I'll start at the top. Rosemary, you still in here? What are you up to so early in the morning? Are you up from late from last night? Rosemary does beautiful journals. I love to watch Rosemary work when I can catch her. Hi, Jersey. Good morning. Hi, Laura. Did you get your grass cut? Yes, we did. On Sunday. Are you talking to me, Beth? We got it cut on Sunday. Then it rained on Monday. And then it rained again. It's raining again today. We'll have to cut it again. We'll have to cut it again. I'm going to put just a teeny bit up here. I told my brother if we ever get a drought or something, all we have to do is go out and mow the lawn and it'll rain. We'll resolve that pretty fast. And you know, we don't mow with a riding mower, so it's a lot of work to mow that lawn. And he's getting so he doesn't like to do the whole thing by himself. His leg, he says it hurts his legs. His legs hurt him. And so I've started mowing half of it. It's a job. I don't blame him. I'm tired by the time I get done. So I told him I'd help. Now he says, you can do your share, Mary. Let's see. I think I'll put a couple in here. Just light. Put some light ones in here. Where are the best stencils? I can't answer that. Somebody smart about stencils is going to have to answer that. I just buy what I can find at retail. I don't even know where I got the one I'm using now. Joggle sells stencils. Stencils. And I keep forgetting her name. I keep forgetting her name. Somebody tell me the name of that lady who does all those stencils. Not Mary. She does all the, she comes online. Oh, why do I keep forgetting her name? And then you tell me, oh yeah, that's who she is. I cannot remember that lady's name. Patty Tolly Parrish. Yes, Mitzi. That's her. That's her. Patty Tolly Parrish does wonderful designs. She has shown stencils from, is it Joan Smithies or somebody? Jean Smithies? So I haven't bought too many stencils as far as, I just buy what I can find retail. I like Joggo stencils though too. I like those. Now I put Be Good labels on my other, I did 9 other ones and they're stamped. They're actually ready to address. I stamped them one morning. I'm going to put some more in here. But I think I'll put something else like Be Yourself. Could put Be Happy. I like Be Yourself. Be Yourself is speaking to me this morning. Don't try to be somebody you're not. You think I would have learned that in 6th grade? I always wanted to be my oldest sister. When I was in 6th grade, my oldest sister was a senior in high school. And she was valedictorian. We were in a small school, so consider that. She didn't have a whole lot of competition. But she was valedictorian. She was president of the pep club. She was a cheerleader. She played volleyball. She was everything I wanted. She even did art. She actually was probably one of the, between her and my mother, was probably how I got into doing art in the first place. But I always wanted to be like her. Always wanted to be like her. You know, she was my idol. All right. So now I'm going to do the labels. And I don't know. I might have to put in more labels here, but we'll see. I have them handy in case. And I think after I do that, I want to work on my Father's Day book, my tie book. What time is it? It's 6 o'clock, a little after 6. I got Don't Cry on this. Don't cry, Mary. Back up. Wipe it out. And type B-E-E. B-E-E space. I'm going to put 2 spaces. Y. Hot and pack. T-U-V-W-Y-O-U-R-S-E-L. Where's the F? F. Be yourself. I need 9 of these. That's good. 1. 2. 3. Oh, I have to tell you, I'll be showing it again, but I got an email from Walmart that said, you have a gift certificate. I wasn't sure it was true until I saw it was from Lynn J. So I messaged Lynn and said, did you buy me a Walmart gift certificate? And she said, yes, I did. So, and I did not know, when I go to my Walmart store, you know, they don't have everything in the store that they are able to sell online. I'm going, wow, look at all this stuff I can buy at Walmart online. And so I haven't decided what I'm going to get with it yet. But Lynn, if you're listening, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I got 4 more. If you're listening, thank you so much for the gift certificate. I'm still deciding what I want to get. I don't think I want to get something like paint or something like that. I want to get something that's, I'm thinking about a laminator, or maybe one of these that you connect up to your computer and you actually type. But you know what? For as much as I use this, this really works. 1, 2, and this was affordable. This was what, around $20. So I'd like to get something that's more durable. I got to count these again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoops. I got one more here. So I am scanning the Walmart online site, seeing what I can buy, but I was really impressed that there's a lot more online than there is on the shelves at Walmart. And I didn't need to reload my label. I'm going to have to reload it sometime here soon. And I'm just going to put this here, and then I'll put black around it with my, I'm not going to use, I used my fine liner the last time. And I don't trust, I don't trust just putting this label on here, because I'm going to send these through the mail. So I'm going to glue them down. So that means I got to get my glue brush dry again here. I don't like using a wet one. Yeah. Yeah, I think these labels peel up too much for them to be put on a postcard without them being collaged down. Be yourself. Ooh, I might have made one extra one. We'll see. So I'm having a fun time shopping online at Walmart. Yes. I want to go up to Walmart though, and this is getting toward the end of the planting season, and they usually discount what flowers they can't sell. And I still have a few empty pots. So I want to go up there and see what I can get. Just flowers like marigold and impatient begonia, those type of flowers. Now, it might be interesting I might get into this eco-dyeing thing here. It might be interesting to see how a begonia will dry in the microwave. I've never tried that. I've got some begonias. Maybe I'll look for some flowers that, and impatient blooms are kind of delicate. But if you're careful, you might be able to microwave them. Got to be careful that you don't scorch them. So I will be sending out postcards eventually once I get them done here. I'll make, this sheet made 18 postcards. And once I get these done and stamped, then I'll send out some, and then I'll make some more. I owe everybody. Story of my life. I think I've got an extra one here. Maybe not. This is all Becky's fault. She gets me started doing these things. She inspires me. Be yourself. I'll look at chat in a minute after I get this done. Whew, it's getting warm in here. If I go in the other room and open the front door, that helps too. So it was so funny. Last night, I was sitting here working, and when my brother goes, sometimes he goes every week, and sometimes he goes every 2 weeks. And he spends one day of the weekend, I don't know, whatever day they decide, and he'll go up and have dinner with his son and his granddaughter and his son's wife. And he tells me he doesn't get home till later, and it's usually dark. He says, leave the lights on for me so I can see. We don't have a yard light. He's got street light. But I leave the lights on for him in the back porch so he can see to get in. And last night, before I came in here to work at 6:30, I thought, well, it's going to get dark by the time I get done here. I'll just go in and turn on the lights now. They'll be on by themselves for a while, but at least I won't have to jump up and go turn on the lights. And so I did. And I quit as soon as I was done with the front and back of 5 of those sheets, which was a lot. It's 10 pages. And they're completely done. They're done. They're not just background stuff. And so I had back in our back porches where our washer and dryer is, and I had a load of towels in there, and I went in to take the towels from the washer and put them in the dryer, and I must have unconsciously turned the light off, because I always turn off the lights, and I must have just subconsciously turned those lights off in the back porch. And I didn't think anything of it, but it got to be around 10 o'clock, and I looked up, and all the lights were off. It was dark. And I thought, oh, my brother came home, and he turns off the lights when he goes to bed. He turns all of the lights off. And I fell asleep on my recliner, And I looked up, and all the lights were off, and so he's home, and I usually go in and say, how was it? What'd you have to eat? And all of that when he gets home. He usually lets me know when he comes home. And I went in there, and he was not to be found. I tried to peek out the back window to see if his pickup was out. His van was out there, and I couldn't see it. And all the lights were off. And maybe he went out on the front porch. Sometimes he likes to go out and have a smoke. He smokes. And maybe he's out there. So I opened the front door, and he wasn't out there. I mean, he was not to be found. And I'm going, well, how did all those lights get turned off? So I turned them all back on again. I must have just turned those lights off when I went in there and about a half an hour later, he came home, and I told him, and he just laughed. I said, I thought you were home. The lights were all off. It tires him out. He comes home and goes right to bed. It tires him out, all that driving. Driving at night, and it was rainy last night. Okie dokie. I'm going to set this aside and just let it be for a while. I could go ahead and cut it, but I want to work on my Father's Day pipe here. Lights are up, but nobody's home. That's about it. That's doings. Deborah, good morning. Oh my goodness, good morning. Hi, Aunt Beck. Let it be. Yeah, that's what I should have put on here. Maybe I'll do that on the next set of them, Aunt Beck. Good morning, Aunt Beck. Hi, Lynn. Susan. Good morning, ladies. My goodness. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Christy. Deborah says, I tried iris and columbine in the microwave yesterday with great results. Oh, your iris turned out? You love the stains. You used the blossoms and the stains in your journal. You did? Well, Deborah, did you have any trouble? My iris was so thin, it just melted itself. Did you get the iris off of your paper plate? My iris was so thin, it just melted itself to the paper plate. The coloring's great, but it just melted itself right to the paper. I cut it off, I fussy cut it this morning. But I had another one that I tried to peel off, and the coloring is beautiful on it. And I love how it did the leaves. You tried columbine and iris with great results. Love the stains they left too, the blossoms and the stains in my journal. Oh, how cool is that? How cool is that? I can't wait to do with this. I think what I'm going to do on this is put some of that when I put it in my, I'll probably put it in my transparent journal, but I'm going to put a piece of that lace so it'll cover up the back of this a little, make it delicate. Let's see what she's saying to me. Who else is in here? Susan Beth says, I have a neighbor who got more roosters than hens, and they crow day and night. Luckily, she's down the road. We have somebody here in town that has a rooster, and I hear him crowing. Typical male squawking at nothing. Oh, dear, that's funny. That's funny, Barb. If the bloom is delicate, you could probably dry it in a book for a couple days. Now, there's a point. I'll have to try that with another iris, Susan. That's a good point. I like that. Barb says, I'd crow too if you shined a light at me. You guys, roosters crow if you shine a light at them, so don't trust them. Deborah's in here. Dad's doings. It's so good to see you, Deborah. Rosemary said her dog got her up. Oh, dear. Rooster says it's time to get up and I want to go back to bed. That's almost like try parts of a hydrangea. I'll have to get a hydrangea. We don't plant them. I would love to try to plant one of those here, though. A hydrangea. I might get me one at the store when they come available and try drying that. I don't know. Rosemary's probably not here anymore, but I'll have to try that, Rosemary. Jersey says, today, Rosemary, I forgot to go on weekends. It closed on a Sunday and holidays. As soon as I drop Cole at school, 1 hour and I'm there. I'm a fan of Crate and Craft TV out of UK. Just check it and catch the deals. Crate and Craft TV. Patty Tolley Parish. Okay, I'm back with you. Good morning, Deb, Beck, and Lynn. Dat Doings is Deborah. She lives south of me. She lives down in Kansas. In the past, we've used drying and weighted down old phone books and laid the blossoms in wax paper, but it takes a few weeks. Yeah. The microwave it works pretty good. I even like this one. I'm kind of disappointed that this iris was the petals were so thin, it just melted right into but here again, this paper plate, I didn't think it had any coating on it. You don't want to get anything that has wax coating or a coated paper because it will melt your piece right down unless you want to do that. Parchment staining was lovely. I used parchment to lay it in, and the parchment staining was lovely. Oh, Deborah, see? You got rid of your channel, and I want to see everything. Aunt Beck says, I'm just getting up. Up and at 'em, Aunt Beck. Aunt Beck, I have something to show you here. Let's see, what did I do with it? It's right. Can I find it? Oh, no, here's Beth's. This I'm going to send to Beth. Beth, I have your doll page here. Where's the other part of it? Here, I made a Elizabeth Ann. This is going to Beth, but what was I going to show Aunt Beth? Where did it go? Why do I save these things out and I put stuff over them. Oh, dearie me. I'm getting there, Beth. I'm getting there. Hold the phone. Let's see. I had that picture. I wanted to show it to Aunt Beth. Here it is. Aunt Beth, when you showed your new remill, I'm putting your doll in a special place, Beth. I'm getting ready to send it to you, really. Look at this picture. Are you here, Aunt Beth? Are you here? Aunt Beth, are you here? There you are. Scott's been up since 4:30. He says he'll be needing a nap. Okay, look at this picture, Aunt Beth. It's a girl working in a, looks like she's using thread. Looks like she's in a cotton mill. I thought of your new remill that you showed. And look, there's the wooden floors. And it's, you know, it looks like an old mill. It just looks like your mill building. And I thought of you when I was watching your video. Yeah. And then on the back, this was all about women working, I think, because here they're working in a, I thought of my mom. This is probably why I pulled it out. My mom worked at the Navy Ammunition Depot during World War II. That's where she met my dad. And look, they're up there doing aerial acrobats up there. Those ladies are riding whatever, they're up in the air there between all those bullets, bombs. Ooh, that would be scary if you ask me. But yeah, I thought of Aunt Beck when I saw that. Would you like this, Aunt Beck? Would you like to have this picture for your meal stuff? Scott will be waxing the table. Oh, you would? Okay. We'll send it to you. I'll put it in between some sheets here and mail it to you. Maybe I'll even send you a postcard with it. I'll put it in my mail pile. I thought of you when I saw it. I said, there's Aunt Beck's little girl working in the mill. Okay, so I'm going to put this away for a while. Next thing to do on this is to cut these apart and stamp them on the back. And I probably will edge them. I put roses. I might stencil some roses on here. We'll see. I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to set it aside because what I want to do, let me show you. I saved these out. I put the others away. This is enough to work on for today. What I want to do is make a Father's Day mini journal out of some of these ties. And we'll start with this one because it's right down at the bottom. I'm going to have to take this label and move it down here. This one fits. Maybe I'll start with this one. I'll start with that one. I got 1, 2. I've got 3 ties out here. I'll have to get some more ties out. What did I do with the others? I put all my ties in the other room, but we'll start with these. And what I want to do is figure out, see these little pieces are going to have to be moved down, which means I'll have to sew them. So I won't do that here. This one is okay. But I want to fit tags in here. I want to make a tag to fit in here. And I'm going to have to figure out how long I want that mini journal. I would think about, and I'll probably have to, as I'm sewing, I'll probably have to sew, I'll turn it under like I did the others. And I'll probably have to kind of whip stitch it closed so that you turn the pages like this. And that's part of the, what's that? Is that a price thing? No, that's just interfacing in there. Isn't that interesting? It goes all the way in. No, it doesn't. Here, it's just, I'm going to take that out. I don't know what it is. It's glued in there. It's probably just to keep it. I don't need it, though. Let's get rid of it. There. Keep it stiff. Interfacing. Oh, it's 10% silk and 90% polyester. That's just a label telling you what it was made out of. I don't need that. It's all washed away. All right. So as I was sitting on the front porch yesterday, I thought I want to theme it for Father's Day. My father's been gone for several years, but I still have memories of him. And I think I'll take a picture of one of his school pictures and put on here and write some of my memories out of him, like things he would used to say to me. He'd always say, hop to it, hop to it. So I thought I would just kind of journal, maybe even with those labels, just a quick little memory, like hop to it. And he used to teach history. He was a teacher. He was also a principal in small schools. And he'd read the morning newspaper and he'd say, that's not history as I taught it. That's not history as I taught it. So I have those memories of him. So I think, let's measure this out. My ruler, I put it back. I did. Becky, totally loved your penny envelopes last night. I didn't see a lot of what you gals were doing because I was working on mine. I'm going to have to go back and look at the journal. Okay, from the bottom of the tie to the top here is 11 inches. So if I make it 12, well, even 11 and a half inches, that'll give me a half inch to turn under. But I better give myself 12 just for extra room. So, she's going to cut the tie. She's going to cut it. I'm not going to cut it right now. I want to make a tag to put in it. But I think I'm going to count 12 inches from the bottom of the tie. And see, this is way up here. 12 inches. It'll just be right there. So I'm going to have to take this little label and move it down here. I'll do all that offline. And this one, this is a thicker one. 12 inches goes to right here. But what I want to do this morning is make some tags. This shouldn't take too long. Out of black paper. And I'm going to have to kind of eyeball this. At 12 inches comes up there. 11 comes right in here. Well, this is 11. Can I see if I draw on this? I need my white pen. I don't know. I thought I had a white pen here. Yeah, I do. I don't know how good it is going here. And I'm going to mark it here, but I'll cut it a little bit in. Or maybe I should mark it out. No, I'll cut it in, I think. Yeah, come on. And I'm just eyeballing this. This isn't anything I'm trying to be beautiful, perfect on. My gel pen is an older one. There we go. There. And to here. Now, I'll have to cut this tag a little shorter, but I'm going to mark it anyway. There. And There. And that should fit in there. And I'll probably just cut it just under that line so it'll have room to move in. So let's try another one here. And then I'll have to cut this shorter. These are going to be tags that will move in. And I'll probably journal on there about my dad. This is kind of a personal thing. Let's see. Let's move this. Let's move it like this. It'll still fit in there, but then I won't have to cut that side. And I think I'll make this about, what, about 6 pages, 6 ties. I got 2 big bags of them for $12, $6 a bag. And I think I estimated yesterday, well, I estimated that I got 25 ties in a bag. At $3 a bag is $75, even at thrift store prices. If they sold them at $3 a tag at the thrift store. And I bought them for $12. So between $150 and $12, I scored $138. Was that right? $138? Yeah. What am I doing here? It comes to here, Mary. And it comes to here. So that was fun. And I was thinking I need to get some tie tacks. They call them tie tacks, tie clips. I might have some in my broken jewelry. Let's cut these and see how they work. Let's see how they work in there. Ah. So I'll actually have something done by Father's Day. I can't see. I'm going to have to cut it here first. And then cut it. Now, here and now let's cut this. I might have to trim it just a little bit under so that it'll fit in the tie. Move in and out easy. I'm thinking. And cut this here and here and there. We'll see how this goes. I'm just guessing. It's just fly by the seat of your pants project. And then I'll cut it down a little here. Because I'll be doing that seam. I'll be seaming it up. I don't know though. This goes like this. I don't know how I want to cut that. Put that on the line, I think. Move it up a little. All right, let's see how it fits in there. Oh, I'm loving it. Ooh, I might have to trim it a little bit more because it's getting, but that's okay. It fits. It fits. Then I'll have to put a something I'll put in and out, but by the time it's a book, yeah, I think I'll leave it like that for now. And we did this big thick one here. Let's try this one. See how that works. Scraps, I want to save them. Oh, dear me. Yeah, save all those scraps, Mary. Put my stapler away. So I found if I cut just inside of that line to give it room to move, you got to give it some move room. Give it some move room. Let's see how that fits in there. Yeah, see, I've even got the label there. This is a fabric label. This one is 100% international polyester. Ooh, I have to get it underneath of this one. I might have to tack these down right here. Tack it down there. Tack this down. But it should fit in there pretty good. What's stopping you? Oh, this is tacked down. I'll have to pull this up. It'll go all the way in, but this label is stopping it. So I'm just going to put that like that and that like that. And let's do this one. This is so cool. Such a cool deal. I would do more of them, but I'd have to get up and go over to the little closet area and get them out again. And I don't want to move everything to get there. So we'll just work on 3 of them. So I think this is a pretty one. I like the black and the red. We'll put it like this. Where's my pen? Where did I throw it? Why do I just throw things like that and then I can't find them again? What did I do with it? What happened to my pen? All right. What did I do with that stupid white pen? That's the paint marker. Well, fiddlesticks. Did it roll off on the floor for me? No. It's not in the ties. Well, all right. Well, then I'll just try this blue one. I'm not sure I'll be able to see it. Let's go back to this. I don't want to spend all morning on this. I don't know if I can see the blue marks on this page. Look behind your ear. No, it's not behind my ear. I never put anything behind my ears. I did something with it. You know, it's funny how you can lose things in 3 feet of space. It might have rolled off over the cliff. I don't know. See if I can see the blue marks here. Enough to cut them. I don't know. I might be able to. There, there, and there. And here, and here. Boy, that's pretty. I can't see what I'm doing. I don't know what I did with that white pen. We'll use the paint marker. I don't know how good it'll do. You can't put, jeez. All right. That one's done. We're doing this one. Frustrates me when I lose that stuff while I'm working. We'll just do some marks here, and a mark here, a mark there, a mark there, and a mark here. And I'm going to cut on the inside of this mark. How does that go? To cut way on the inside of this mark. And then down this way. It's probably right under my nose and I can't see it. I'm not going to worry about it. Let's cut this. Let's just cut it here first. Save this one for another day. And I'm cutting on the inside of the white marks, so the white marks won't show. Might show a little there. I'll fix that. I'll fix that. There. Now this one, I think I said I could cut way inside of it. I could be wrong. There we go. Okie dokie. Let's see how it fits. Take these and set them aside. If it'll fit all the way in there without the, yeah, this one will go all, well, this one's kind of tight. I need to trim it a little. I knew that I need to cut this down. What side was I trimming on? I think I was trimming on this side. Let's trim it this way. the ties are different sizes. Some are wider than others, so I can't make just one pattern. I've got to make it fit the tie. There we go. It fits in there like that. So now I think I'm going to cut these ties at 12 inches. And I think I'm going to bring this way down here. It will not go way down there, but when I cut it at 12 inches, I'll have a strip left over, but that's okay. So I don't want to leave my paper in when I cut it. So I'm going to measure. And 12 inches is leaving me lots of play. Oops. Get my phone out of the way here. "12 inches is leaving me a lot of play. I should have Penelope out here holding this for me with her pins. But right about there, I want to cut it. And I'm just going to cut it by hand. Oops, not that one. This one. And cut it right in here. Cutting my tie. And see, this has interfacing. Some of these ties have interfacing. Do I want to leave it or not? I'll make that decision later. I probably will trim down the interfacing. Open this up. Oh, it's stitched way up there. It says interfacing stitched in. No, well, kind of. And trim out when I turn my seams under like this, and trim out some of that interfacing. So I left me a good amount of play up here, and I'll probably trim more off because I think 12 inches is pretty large. I'll probably make it more like 10 or 9 for the mini journals. But for now, I'm just going to leave it like that. And I'll do all of these. I'm only going to do 6 of them. I'll have 6 pages. That's enough. And that putting that tag in there gives it some nice bulk for the pages to turn. I like that. All right, there's that one. And this one. I'll put this one on top of it like that. And I'll cut it. I've got that little one in there. Come on. Pull that out. Down. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just eyeballing this. Cut it right in there. So I've got all of this left to play with. I'll probably open it up and do something. And then when I get them all put together, I want to learn how to make a man's tie type thing like that. So it'll look something like that. And I'll probably put it on the front of the journal. There's only going to be 6 of them. I'll save this. I'll save this. It'll be used someplace. Maybe they were selling these tags, these ties at, I could put that in my transparent journal for a hanging thing. I'll put that in my whatnot box. I shouldn't put that whatnot box so far away. Whoops. Okay, last one coming up. I'm glad I didn't wait till the 15th to do this, or the whatever day Father's Day is on, because it's going to take me a bit. Okay. So we got these 2. Let's put this inside. Oh, I can't put this entirely inside. So I have to move that tag. By the time I get 6 pages here, it will be bulky enough because I got these little pieces here. I might put a journal spot on those. We'll see. I'm not sure where I'm going with it. Right about in here. I don't know if that's all the way down. Let's see if that's all the way down. It's not. Let's pull it down a little before I cut it. There we go. All right, that's all I'm going to do on this morning. I just got them ready. I'll work on them. What I'm going to do next, though, is take these tags off and move them down further down here. So it'll hold these a little bit more. Well, I don't know if I want to do that or not, because if I want to put a journal spot on there, I'll have to move one of them, a couple of them down a little. This one's okay. I'll have to move them to about to here. Okay. It's going to be my Father's Day mini. This will be the bottom sheet. It's going to be my Father's Day mini journal. And they'll go like this, really. They'll go like this. And this will be on the inside here, like that. It'll go like that. And open up like this. All right. Let's set this aside. It's fun to work with this stuff, but I can only do so much, and I'm ready to move on to something else. So I have to get out my needle and thread now. So, what time is it? Mary says. Mary says, what time is it? I'm going to paint on this other side of my, see, I get all of this stuff. Why do I save these things? Am I crazy saving this stuff? Well, the bottom one will be used. I should probably throw it away. Don't answer that. Am I crazy? I don't want to know. All right. What time is it? And let's look at chat. Susan, when I got my Winsor Newton ones, not terribly expensive, but for the kids, I had a whole ceremony of unwrapping and swatching them. And that's the best thing. Very cool. Hi, Santa. She says, I got Faber-Castell 48-pan set from Wish. I was looking at Walmart, trying to spend my money yesterday, my gift certificate, and they had some Koi brand ones on sale online, 48-pan set. I was sure tempted. Santa, isn't that the best feeling, new watercolors? Yes, it is. And I have my new watercolors on my table, she says. Ruth says, have a good day, Deborah. Oh, Deborah left. Bye, Deborah. She left 10 minutes ago. She says, I need more coffee and I hear little footsteps. Santa just got home. Santa is Troll Girls and she's over in Finland. Deborah said, bet it would work to do echo dye things too. But not have thought about it until now, Susan. Yeah, I was talking about maybe those irises would be really nice doing echo dye stuff. Deborah said, Mary, if you have any silk ties, be sure and save the scraps to wrap Easter eggs in. Martha Stewart did that a few years ago to stain her eggs. It works. Really? Oh, I'll have to get with her about that. Hi, Zoe. Good morning, Zoe, if you're still here. Susan says, look behind your ear. I was looking for my white pen. Aunt Beck says, I've started breakfast, so she'll be in and out. Zoe says she's going to do art after 9 a.m. Our Mary's tying one on, Susan says. Mary, how do you plan to bind it? I think I'll bind it with fabric. See, I cut an extra inch off on those ties. So I'm thinking I can stitch them together with fabric. I'm thinking I might do it with hand stitching. It depends. I'll think about that when I get to it. Oh dear. Very creative, Ruth says. I think it'll be gorgeous. Zoe says, I need to do adult and do things, but then I do nothing but art. Well, art is adult, Zoe. Ruth says, have fun and enjoy your day, Zoe. She's probably gone. After I call someone, then I'm free the rest of the day, for I want to do. All right. Deborah says, my mother-in-law used old ties to disassemble and make skirts. Not too practical because they were heavy and had to be dry cleaned, but they were unique. Isn't that interesting? I'm good, but don't have to babysit, so I can do art today. Aunt Beck said, you. How are you? What did she say you at? I always use sweet and low. This was a box I just opened. It's tingling my mouth even. Whoops. Ruth says, coming out of the lurk mode. Good morning, Lynn and Becky. Just put an apple crisp in the oven. Yum, I smell it clear down here. I have to go back, Susan, as artificial sweeteners make me ill. Back. Coffee bad again. It's like paint thinned. It's a sweet and low. Aunt Beck said she wants to do more printing with leaves. Lynn went into lurk mode. Becky, totally loved your painty envelopes last night. Okay, I'm up with you. Zoe says, I'm not even close enough from qualifying. Aunt Beck, I wish I was old enough. There's such good stuff you can use for art there. Discount days for seniors at Goodwill. That's tomorrow here. Wednesdays is our discount day. Good morning, Journey says. Hi, Journey. Hope you all had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. I hope you did too. Hi, Marianne. Marianne, you should be getting your package from Dee Dee. She mailed it out on Saturday, so watch for it. It should get there sometime Wednesday or Thursday. Zoe's still here. Trogo says, I swatched those two. They were talking about Winsor Newton watercolors. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I want to paint this side. And then I'm going to take this off. And on the inside over here, on the other side, I have my canvas already. I'm going to get my June art journal done. So what I want to do here, I've not done sketching. I want to work in a clock. Mina emailed me and said she thought that an old clock would look good in here, and I kind of agree with her. I'm trying to decide where I want to put it. This butterfly was just put here on the fly. I got the flag. I'm thinking some sort of a statue. This is the roundabout. I'm going to have flowers, and this is a brick, kind of a brick street here. And this is our sign. Maybe the clock up in here. And you know what? It doesn't have to be drawn to scale on my cover. It doesn't have to be drawn to scale. Now, let's see. Maybe I should make that a little, because I'm just kind of planning this out on this. So it might, I don't know what an old clock would look like in a town, so I'm just going to kind of put some decorative elements on it here. Kind of like that. and that, like it's sitting in some sort of a case. So this will be the clock, and it'll come down probably behind the welcome sign. And this is the cobblestone street. This is Janet's flag and the butterfly. And then this is the rest of the store going down this way. That would work. And then this is green area. There's some green area in here. And like I said, it does not have to be drawn to scale on my art journal, especially when I'm just planning. But it'll need some, we'll need some ways to get into these buildings here. Yeah. Where am I going with this? Just sort of like that. And I think I'll carry these. No, I think I'm just going to have bay windows on this building, and these will just be kind of arched. Aunt Bex likes the arched windows, so we're going to put some arches in here. As I go down. This will be the spine in here. Between here and here is the spine. You can't see that. This will be the spine. I need to zoom out. Well, maybe no. I need to move it down a little there. So this is the spine. So I'll have my tassel in here. So this does not have to be way detailed. And this building will come down this way and come this way. And I think I'll make this fence come all the way to the end of this building. And then this will kind of have a roof going that way. You probably have to come in a little. And this will be part of the roof. And I'm going to have to study some architecture, but on this it doesn't matter too much because I can't get way too detailed on this. Because it's just a journal. I can't do all the... And this is a canopy coming this way. And we're just going to have it go all the way down. Yeah. All right, let's put some color on it. Let's play. Let's play with this first. And don't need that. Let's do, oh, I wanted to sketch some sort of a statue in here. So this is the flagpole here. And we'll put some sort of a plaque on there. I want a statue, maybe right in here. I think I want some artists with a paintbrush. Or maybe I'll have some people sitting off of here urban sketching. That's what I'll have. I'll have some urban sketchers sitting here doing their work. Now, you probably can't see this from my scribbles, but there's a person here doing their urban sketching. Yeah, I got to have some people on here. Instead of a statue, we'll have a flower vase in here. We'll have some flowers around there. Flowers around there. And I'm going to do another person over here. Sitting here doing his urban sketching. Sitting on the flagpole. There. All right. That's good enough. All right, where's my brush? I got it out. There it is. So let's start with some green. I don't know what's on this brush. We're going to put some green in here. This is just draft. This is just draft here to help me figure out what I want here when I do my journal. This is my real sign, and it's a palette, and it's on a sort of a stand. In there. And we've got some green there, some green in here. Some green in there. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. What time is it? 7:10. I've got enough to finish this. I should be able to get enough color on this in 10 minutes. Let's see. We want a brick road in here. So this is going to be kind of a brick road. At least downtown it'll be brick. Down in here. Down in there. And then the road will go. The road actually comes this way. Yeah. See, this will be the back of the journal, the spine, and the front of the journal. And I'm not paying too much attention to scale or precision or anything on this. I'm just kind of planning out where I'm going to put things. And I want some more. Oops. The problem is I don't have enough room. I want some more green area coming out this way, because this will all be green area in here. And I keep hitting my cord when I go to my water jar. Let's move my water jar. Yeah. There. So I'm going to put green area in here. Yeah. And there's a sidewalk. We'll have to have a sidewalk so they can get inside of the stores. I don't know what color that is. It's kind of a blue. Let's bring the canopies down in here. Like that. Kind of, I can put a little line in there. Like that. I thought I had a smaller brush out here. I've got a smaller one here, but I don't know if that's what I want. Yeah. Here. And where am I at? Let's see. There's this will be the clock in here. And what that is. Welcome to Phibbsville sign. Make it this color. And a little yellow maybe. This is just kind of draft. This is just kind of draft. Rough draft. Figuring out what I want where before I paint it on my, before I actually paint it down. I kind of like that. And then the pencil itself, this is Janet's flagpole here. I'm going to have to look. I think, well, she made a blue circle here, and she's got all those little figures around it. I'm going to have to look at her flag to see exactly what colors there were. And so let's put some more red up in here. We're continuing that street down there. And have to keep switching my palettes around here. I don't have enough room on my desk. That's my problem. Let's put some more green canopies in here if I can. Yeah. Now, let's try this. I'm just trying different colors here. Just playing with it. Just playing with it. This is a canopy. Goes all the way down this big city block. And then there'll be gray. And I don't have a white here. I've got a white. Oh, yeah, I do have a white one. Let's do some white. White and kind of grays it out. And kind of a grayish color in there. And a sidewalk. Doesn't have to be perfect for this. This is really just kind of laying out how I want my cover to look. I'm not looking for, probably not even looking for perfection on my cover. And this red area here is going to be brick. Let's give this more green in here. And go more for the orangey red stuff, I think. Now I can get my bigger brush again. Now, oops. Well, oh well. We'll leave it that way on here. I think I'm ready to do some. On here, this shows up a lot because I came in with marker. Let's start putting in some detail here. This is Janet's lead pencil flag here. And I'll have to look at her picture again to see what all the colors on here. I know that the world is blue, and she's got all those little friends around here. I'm just kind of sketching in some. No way do they look like hers, as good as hers. Let's see, I think hers went more like this, though. And then she had little kitty cat sitting there. And we've got a kitty cat in here. Kind of sitting on the, crouching on the flag, on the, with its tail here. I'll probably have to draw that better too. And then the flag, the sign is here. And it says, welcome to Phibbsville. And I'll probably have to give that some dimension. It's kind of running, my sign's kind of running out into my road here. That's what I was laughing about. All right. And then the clock is up here. And I think I'm going to put Roman numerals, XII, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, I, V, V, and I think it's VI, and VII, and VIII, and XI, and X, and IX. And we're going to put it at 1 o'clock because it's 1 to 3 is when we meet. We're going to put it at 1. Might have to paint that a different color so that the cat shows up. And then we've got our little butterfly flying around in here. We flew off to Phibbsville. Then we've got our building coming this way. And some brick buildings. Some curved archy windows here. And the canopy comes clear down this way. Oops. I might have to move that flag out a little. Mm. Mm. More arched windows. Now, these iron gates, they're going to, I'm debating, I think I'll make them go down that way. But I'm also going to draw in maybe some of the street. I want to put some flowers in here. And I'm going to do that with my fine line paint applicator. So let's draw in the street. Let's draw in the fence posts. So they come like this, like that. Now I'm gonna, let's see, how am I gonna do this? Because it has a sidewalk going down here too, like that. My sidewalk is green. Green and red sidewalk here, but I'm just planning it out. And so there'll be some fence posts coming here, here, and then maybe in there, into here, and coming back out again. So you see, the more you go, the better it gets, hopefully. All the way down the street. And there's probably another sidewalk in here someplace where it needs some fence posts. Might be too close to the butterfly. And then there'll be flowers and little benches and some little benches in here to sit. Probably some little stone benches and maybe a flower pot. It needs a tree. I left my trees out of here. Let's put a tree in here. Let's put a tree. It's going to kind of cover up things, but it needs a tree. Coming up this way, maybe. Gotta have a tree, and it'll probably come out this way and have some shade. So the more you put in here, the more you're going to cover up. It's got to have at least one tree on it. And then the bricks, I can't decide whether I want my bricks going this way or that way. I think I want them going like this. And then there'll be flowers in here. And flowers, maybe I'll put flowers around, maybe in there, cover up that goofy thing in there. Let's see. The fence post, the thing that they're sitting on here. Flagpole. What are you guys saying to me? I'm into my drawing here. Mary, you can never go wrong with green, and that's quite... Oh, hi, Jerry. And that's quite a building. I'd like a room on the top floor with a view, please. Well, right now, this is all closed off in here. Inside, this is a mystery. This is part of the mystery story. So, but there'll be... I only wanted bay windows on this part here is the TheMeriAtelier. This part here are different shops. Like we've got a coffee shop and a bookstore, and there's probably a bakery in there somewhere. Boutiques, that type of thing. And I said this is not a touristy town. This is a town. It's going to turn into a touristy town, I think. This is really a town where you can come and relax. This is a town in a park. That's why I wanted more trees. But maybe I can fake the trees by doing a shadow on the grass so that you think there are trees out over here. I don't want to put too many trees in here because it'll cover up all of my, when you're walking downtown in this, you walk so you're inside of it so you can see everything. But if you're looking at it this way, like the sign might cover up flowers behind it, or the clock might cover up a sidewalk. The butterfly covers up something. And of course, this says Phibbsville here. And I'm just going to kind of jot it on here. Good morning, Jerry. Let's see. I was going to look at chat, and then I got sidetracked again. Jerry, I turned chat off because it scrolls through Mary's painting. Oh, we need a coffee shop. Hi, Mom Munson. Hi, Nettie. Thank goodness for funny people. That's going on a Rolodex card. Yeah, coffee shop and a bookstore and probably some boutiques in there. I'm not sure what type of boutiques yet, but let's see. I was drawing the fence post. And this is not drawn to scale. I mean, no way is this drawn to scale. An architect would probably run. What is she doing? This is kind of pulling out of our imagination what Phibbsville might look like. Of course, we need flowers going along here, but right now I'm just putting in the fence. And I haven't even started painting it yet. This is kind of rough draft. But just putting this part in has really expanded it. I mean, it looks way different than it did this morning when I signed on. Yeah, I got my little black kitty here. He's kind of resting. I'm not sure how. Yeah. I get sidetracked even when I'm sketching. I was doing my fence post. And see, I put a gate. I put the gate here, and you can't see these kitties too well, but I put kitties on the gate. And I think I was going to put kitties down here. But I may not. I may do that just on a page inside of the journal, because you can't get too much on here or it'll be too convoluted. Let's paint the tree. It's already getting a lot. We got the main elements on it, though. Let's see. Oh, that's probably what happened to my pen too. I've got a cliff here. I've got a crack between here and my cart moved. I'll have to pull that card out. And what did I do with my other brush? Let's see. I think this is the closest brown that I have. We'll start with this. See, we want a tree in here. And wherever there's a tree, you got to have some leaves. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if that green's going to show up too much on here. Maybe make it darker greens in there so you think of shade. You get shady. And darker reds maybe kind of coming down on the building here. One thing about this Inktense, it dries flatter, so you know you kind of have to keep adding your color to it and bringing it out again. I kind of like that. We'll see how that dries. Now, let's see, where am I at on this? I was still doing fence posts in here, at least get some of them in there. It's kind of wet now. Let's do these. I probably should be closer together in here. They're probably so close down here you can hardly see what's going on with them. Sort of like that. Let's do our windows a little better. In here we have store windows. That tree. And it's not drawn to scale. It's just pulling it out of my imagination here. I want to put some, I'll come back and paint these out again. Let's see. Maybe I'll just put a few more lines in here for the windows. And some more bricks in here for the cobblestones. Sorry, I get kind of in the zone here when I'm doing this. Bricks come all the way up in here. That should be a darker color. Let's put in some more. Oh dear. This should be darker in here. Make that clock a blue. Oh, I know what's happening. I left this brush in the water too long. It's peeling. I'm hard on my brushes. That'll dry lighter. It's always darker when you put it down. No, I want a different color than that. I want more of a... I get tired of doing the bricks. I want to get them on there though. You don't have to draw every last one, but just kind of put marks in there. Now you have to remember this road looks pretty skinny here. This looks more like a sidewalk, but this is really a road that a car can go down. But I only have so much space here. So this is not drawn to scale. This is like a one-way road, but I can't get my sign and the clock and the flag unless I made them tiny, tiny. But I've made them big to emphasize them. And because they're an important part of our stories, our sign and the flag and the building here. So this is certainly not drawn to scale. And I know that. And I painted over my fences down here. They need some doorways in there. Let's make a doorway. Let's make some doorways. Just some open spaces here. Maybe make a, yeah, I'm not sure. Got to have a way to get in the building. I don't want to spend too much time because I really do want to paint the cover. I'm just kind of getting a basic layout. I can kind of get an idea when I paint it. I'll do adjusting of all of this. This is my butterfly here. He's still flying in here. He's really a light gold and black. This is the butterfly I set out on my front porch. He flew into Phibbsville. So I think I'm going to call that pretty much done except for these two people. Let's go do them, and then we'll call it done. This part is not as detailed as this part. The main focus of this is this. I want to put some flowers in there too, but let's go do the people. Let's give them, well, let's give them a, what shirt's going to stand out here? Blue? Blue and purple? 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 Pants? Yeah, I don't like this brush. It's not picking up my color like I like. Maybe I do red, but I think it's going to fade into that. So maybe a yellow, bright yellow might look good. And we'll give him a kind of an orangey. Might fade into the street. Maybe, let's go back to the yellow. And they're just sitting here. They're just sitting there, sketching. Need some shoes. You don't have to put too much detail when you're doing these. You just have to suggest. You just have to suggest. Let's use this color for the base. Oops, that's a nice brown. I thought that was gray. There we go. Sort of like that. I think I'll call that done. I mean, done, not done, but just kind of quitting on it for today. Yeah. I forget what color she has in there. I'm going to have to go back and look at that. Alrighty. I'm ready to quit on it for now. Which way am I going? This way, this way, this way, this way, and down. I said I was ready to quit on it. Here, I'm still working on it. Oh, dear me. Let's see. I don't know if it'll work. I don't know if, let's try something. I want to put in some flowers. In here. Gotta have flowers. Gotta have some flowers. Now I'm not done. Let's try some white ones mixed in there. And I have to be careful. I really need some yellow ones too. Maybe I'll get that yellow marker out. I can't get my dopper in the my nozzle in the wet paint. And see, I wanted flowers up in here. Little accents really add a lot to it. Flowers in here, kind of. Coming in there. Some flowers in the windows here. Let's get the red again. I'm not sure I like that. Let's try this. This is about empty. Come on. Now I'll have to wait for this to dry before I can, and this is getting empty anyway. I'll have to wait for it to dry before I can do much more to it. Put some flowers up in here. And I need to refill this. Let's try some white ones. I think I'll quit. I think I'm going to have to think about it a little bit more. Kind of happy with it. I'd like to do more in there because I can see it all, but I can't get it all in there to scale. I want flowers around in here. How many times did I say I was going to quit? And you can't see this too well. There's a lamp pole in there. I need to make that better, but not now. I'm done. Really? Let's put the lid back on it. I should go these out this morning. What time is it? And who am I talking to yet? Hi, AJ. Thank you, Aunt Beck. It'll probably look different once I get it on the art journal, but you get the idea. That's really all it is, you know. And once it's on the art journal, it's a cover. And so I'll be handling it, moving it back and forth. And Ruby says, you quit. Never happening. AJ says, hi, Mary. Hi, Fibs. Loves this so much, Mary. Just got to pop in and say hello. Well, hello, AJ. Welcome for popping in. Azure. Hi, Azure. Good morning. Oh, thank you, Christy. It just takes, it sure looks different than it did this morning, didn't it? Yeah, it's getting there. I have to look at Janet's flag again, and I didn't put any color in there because I'm kind of unsure exactly what I want to do. Jerry left. Have a great day, Jerry. Susan says, we might go thrift storing again today. Ooh, that sounds fun, Susan. End of the month. Yeah, cash flow is low. Yeah, I know how that goes. Okay. Oops. Let's see. Pampered Pooch and Kitty Shop. Yes. We'll probably put all sorts of things in there. Our town, we can put any store in there we want. So, good morning, Jerry. I turned off chat. Okay, I'm back to the... Let's see. I think I'm back to the chat. Let's see. It's 8 o'clock. Okay. Well, I'm going to call it a morning. I'm going to call it a day. I've got to go to the post office today. So I better get my stuff ready to mail. Let's put the little cap on this. So you all have a great day. We're back from Memorial Day holiday. Finally, I think it's going to quit raining here finally. Rain. Almost a week and a half of rain here in Nebraska. Makes the flowers grow. Bye, Aunt Beck. Have a great day. Bye, Journey. Nettie, have a great day. All right. If you have some time, do some art. Bye.